Hi, Pedro. Jeff Allen here. I just saw your post on LinkedIn about phonemes and pronunciation. This is really the right timing because I've just started the videos of the playlist about learning Dutch in 1 week. And I'm a phonetician and a phonologist, okay? Both in fieldwork and in speech applications and other things. So I actually did my doctoral work on the phonological word borrowing using phonological processing in the French Creole language of the Caribbean with English input. So I and so I was actually learning Dutch in I learned Dutch in 1 week. Okay, on site, and I took 15 hours of instructor-led classes. I custom stuff, custom tutor. I told the tutor what I wanted to do. It was not a language instructor. I just said, this is what I want to do. And in 15 hours of just me kind of directing what I wanted to do, working the tutor, I figured out and then listening probably 3 to 5 hours in the beginning and 3 to 5 hours at the end, just constant Dutch. I was able to read the language. And so I've actually got a playlist of videos right now coming out on how I did this. And this comes from a lot of field work and having been trained to do this. And I've trained a lot of people to go out to do linguistics in language that are unwritten and how to figure out the language. So I'm kind of testing in my own method, right? I'm sorry, get the noise here. I'm in a restaurant. But so, yeah, I totally, I mean, the fun thing you're saying here is, like Spanish and Italian are the low end of the phoneme scale. And that's true. Dutch is really high on the phoneme scale on the vowels. Okay, the vowels is really incredible. I had actually figured out I figured out the vowel system the first day of just listening, about 3-4 hours, and then I made a chart, the phonetic chart of the vowel system and the consonant system on the chart, and then I checked a few days later. The book called Dutch Phonology, published by Oxford University Press, and it was pretty much the same thing. So the And that's how I started learning Dutch, right? And then we jumped into, a lot of the greetings and stuff and all that language teachers do, because I used to be a language teacher too. But I specifically wanted to learn to read it, and I started with a Happy Meal book, right, from McDonald's, and that was great. So, and at the end of the week, I was actually able to read a text, a difficult text of a very literal translated book in it was more of a literal translation. It wasn't a fluid dynamic translation text in Dutch with about 12 people, and they all understood. There wasn't the accent emphasis was not in the right places, and the intonation wasn't right. But that's okay. They understood what I said, and they were pretty impressed. So I do got this videos coming out about this, or explaining. And I know French. I mean, I did my master's and doctoral work in France. I've lived in France for 30 years, married to a French wife. And so I've spoke French at home. So I know that problem. I know that difficulty. And, but Dutch was really incredible. Very difficult from a phonetic and phonological point of view for vowels. And actually the consonants, I'll say, the consonant system, the consonant are very vocalic in Dutch. And so that was really interesting to kind of figure that out and do it. So, check out my YouTube channel at Jeff Allen France, and there'll be a video series coming out here, a playlist called "Learning Dutch in 1 week" or something like that. I'll put up there, and I started doing the videos, but I've got to, I needed to keep doing it. I just got back from doing this custom course, so I want to do what's fresh in my mind. So, but yeah, this is great stuff, and I'm Sir Stefan. Stefan will love this, right? Because I've cracked his language in a week. So I don't speak it fluently at all. I can read it pretty okay, but I don't understand what I'm reading, and that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't really matter, just as long as I can read the text and people don't laugh. That's my quality. That's how I estimate my quality. If they can, I can pass the test if I can read it and no one's laughing at what I'm doing, right, or snickering or anything else, or shouting back at me that I'm doing vulgar, I'm insulting them in some way. So that's the quality test, right? So it's coming. Check out my YouTube channel for that video series coming out. Something like learning in Dutch in a week.